Yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? We back. Another episode of the podcast. A little late episode. Just out here doing some, you know, out here doing volleyball, man. Sports. Being a sports dad. We had volleyball all day, man, all day long. It was crazy. And I was telling my daughter, me and my daughter is like, man, it should have been a 2 day tournament. Good lord. Well, she was there from like seven something. We didn't get done till 7 o'clock. Yeah, we didn't get done like 7 o'clock, 7:15 or something like that, man. Just volleyball all day. Like, good lord, man. Good
I'm
lord.
trying not to tell my daughter that I don't miss it.
Well, part of me misses it. I'm gonna miss it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
I miss watching my son play. Sports, and of course, our oldest daughter is in college, and she's playing, and we catch it every once in a while. So you know what I mean. But it's it's the going out. I'm not gonna miss that part. I'm not gonna miss the being at tournaments all day part.
yeah, yeah. And I tried to make one of the games
Yeah, yeah.
for my niece, but my sinuses was like literally kicking my behind for a whole 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So I was battling that, man, and like I had a headache. It was like Friday, then like it extended all the way out through all whole week.
Mm,
And I was like, "Yeah, I can't do it, man." I said,
yeah,
"Man, I don't know what's going on, but I was taking medicine. I just couldn't do it."
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but hey, I appreciate it, but yeah, man, and one of the other thing, man, was like, man, I've been busy, man, busy these past 3 weeks, man. Been in the work every day, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, and we get to telework, you feel me? Like, we get to telework, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't had no telework in like 3 weeks, uh,
Mm,
and man, and I use like my days that I'm teleworking to get stuff done around the house, man.
right.
And man, I ain't been able, man, stuff just piles up. It just piles up, man. So, so I'll be getting back to teleworking this week. So that'll be good. That'll be
Yeah,
good. Yeah, 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 yeah. What's going on with you, bro?
man, nothing much, man. I'm just trying to find people to get stuff done before it get cold around here. Gotta fix our fence and
Oh, dang.
all. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, man. It just you pay the cheaper price, man. You get the
Yeah. Yeah.
you be putting out money a lot sooner than you expected.
Than you expected. Yeah, yeah, man. That's what I heard about people with them wood fences. They're like, hey, it's cheap, but it's cheap for a reason,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Get the
yeah.
expensive guy and don't get the cheap guy.
That's true, man. Man, and of course, one thing I realized that, we got the lawn dude, cutting the grass, man, and it's convenient. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, I'm like, hey, man, this cat's got expensive, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, he charged like $50 to come out, you know, and it's
Yeah.
come out like 3 times a month. I'm like, hey, dog. So yeah, man, I'm gonna break his little heart next year, man. Because yeah, I'm gonna get me some lawn equipment, man. I gotta cut this cost down, man. Cut this cost.
Yeah. It was the same thing for us, man. It was $50, but he comes out two times a month.
Oh, see, that
Um,
ain't bad.
hey man, because I think with this gentleman, he knows the length to cut the grass
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that he'll be out in 2 weeks
Oh,
instead of you know 3 times a month or a
mm-hmm.
week and a half. I'm like, yeah, don't look, take an inch off. Don't, don't take a half an inch. Take an
Yeah,
inch off.
yeah, for real, man, for real. And part of it too, man. My doc said I need to exercise, so I was like, I'll just treat it as exercise, I guess. When you got one out, be you know, empty nester. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
So I'm
mhm.
like, yeah, I guess I got time, man. I got time. So I just, just use that time to cut my grass. And my neighbors, you know what I'm saying? They they religiously cut their grass, like religiously, you know. So I was
Mm.
telling them, like I was like, hey Perry, I know when it's time to cut my grass. When you cutting, it's time. All right. I'll be out there with you. You know what
Hey, man, I don't think I'm ever gonna cut my grass. I just bought a brand new push mower. You can take that.
I mean?
I don't think I'm ever going back.
Oh yeah, nah, yeah. Is it battery? Shoot.
It's not battery.
Oh, nah, I need battery. I ain't messing with no gas. I ain't messing with no oil, no spark plugs, nothing, dog. I just want to put the battery in, hit the button,
Yeah,
and keep it going, and then put that joint back up. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to do. that's, that's it,
but
man.
yeah, I'm not there yet, but I am gonna make the transition as the new products come along, but they're supposed to be a lot better.
Oh yeah, and they're equal to gas, so especially the mowers. You know what I'm saying? The mowers, and the weed eaters, and some of the blowers. Some of the blowers you have to get top of the line. You have to get
Mm,
like Ego or Toro or something like that. Ego, Toro. Um, it says Snapper's good still. So you got to kind of stick with the name brand. For the blowers and stuff, but for the the weed and they're like Apple, you know what I'm saying? If you buy an Ego mower, you can't go out here and get another different brand battery, brand, you can't go get Cobalt or DeWalt or nothing like that. You
yeah,
got to stay with Ego because they
yeah,
all the batteries are interchangeable, you know.
yeah.
So, so there's that part of it, you know what I mean? But but yeah, man, yeah. I ain't messing with nothing oil, nothing gas, nothing, dog. I ain't.
I hear you. I
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah, man. But anyway, man, yeah, man. It's going to get into this stuff about oh yay, man. You heard about that? Were you are you up on that? Well, I'm pretty sure you are. I didn't mean to say you up on it, but yeah, man.
No, no, like I've been keeping up as much as I can take.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like yeah, like look, man. Um, it was another article that came out today about Kanye, man. Talking about my connection with Obama faded after I was just saying the things I was supposed to say.
Oh,
Like,
that was when Obama called him a jackass.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, when you frame it in that context, right? You're talking about an intellectual person
Mm-hmm.
to a celebrity, right? And I'm talking about a political intellect
Mm-hmm.
um to a he's a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more, nothing less.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
That's it. And when you're talking about something outside of your arena of actual thought, yeah, you can tend to come across as being a jackass
Mm-hmm.
because you don't understand the inner workings of how things got to be done. So you explain things in the most simplest manner.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can just go flip a switch.
Right.
And when you don't understand that, like I just said it, like, yeah, you just a jackass.
Yeah. That's it, man. And like I said, man, like I tuned into it. My reaction. Of course, I put a post in the on the page there. What I'm saying, page, and my reaction was to the picture. You know what I'm saying? To the picture because again, symbolism matters. Like people don't realize it, but we're fed symbolism all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
And to see a billionaire, people forget that Kanye is a billionaire.
mhm,
So that means that Kanye, with his money, as long as he's a billionaire or a millionaire, he's insulated from a lot of the issues that regular, everyday Joe Schmo black people will experience. You know what I mean? When we're interacting with society and with government, you know what I'm saying? So he comes across like, oh yeah, I'm a regular person like you. Interacting with these folk. And these and politics and policies. And nah, you're not, man. You're not. You are a black man who wore all black with white letters to say White Lives Matter. And then Kundis Owens, wore all white with black letters to say White Lives Matter.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that, and again, it's the symbology. You know what I mean? Like that was to symbolize that these individuals are okay with white validation. They need white validation. Without that validation, they wouldn't be where they are. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's what I got from it, man, and things of that nature. But I ain't trying to filibuster, 'cause I got more to say. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
You good, man. Look, I I got one question,
Mm,
right? Can can we take this down in the paint?
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Can we post it up and get real down there?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I've been really pondering this, man. Like with Tim Scott, with like Kanye West, um,
Mm,
Candace Owens, like all of these Herschel Walker and
mm,
all of these people. And when you go into most of these rooms, because the black people that they're trying to get to follow them can't even afford to be in the space that they are talking. That's why most of their rooms are white.
right.
So they're talking mainly to white people about
Mm,
black people.
about black people. They were in
And
Paris when this thing happened.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the elephant in the room that people don't understand and that I thought about is Candace Owens, and I don't have any problem with interracial relationships, but when you have a certain psychology about yourself on how you function in the world because of the alignment that
Mm,
the world has placed with race,
mm,
that becomes the problem.
yeah.
And she she is aligning with her husband. Not her husband aligning with her. That's why you never ever see. You
Hmm.
never ever hear anything. You
Hmm.
never hear him come out and say he support his wife as a black woman. He
Hmm.
never says anything.
Hmm.
Is
Hmm.
why Kanye sat back and said white lives matter and all lives matter too. But
Hmm.
never turned around and said black lives matter as well.
Yeah, man.
He never said it.
Yeah, man.
But
Okay.
because he's aligned with begging rich white people for money,
Hmm.
he don't want to offend them.
Yeah, man, it's that validation, man. You know what I'm saying? It is that that white validation, man. That's driving them, man. And I would say this, man. Again with symbolism, right? How symbolism work, right? You know, like you're saying, he was there in front of a white audience, right? Candace Owens does a video, and again, what the thing that Candace Owens does is that she will talk about black people to white people. She mainly gives white people talking points, right?
Mhm,
What to say about black people. That's what she does. She's not talking to black people at all. You know what I'm saying? She's saying she doesn't want to be part of the culture and the community. Well, she's been saying that for the last 6 years. So you're not saying anything new. Your message is not new. You know
mhm,
what I'm saying? You're just regurgitating the same anti-blackness over and over again to symbolize that, hey, I am not, with the black community. You know what I'm saying? I might sound like it, and I might be in the presence of, and I might be within communion with, but I am not part of, you know what I'm saying? That's number one. And that's how Kanye acts too, you know what I'm saying? Um, because I didn't even watch it because I didn't want to watch it. He had a interview. Again, he had an interview with Fox News, right? Tucker Carlson.
mhm,
Again, white validation. Puffy told him he could have went to Revolt, right? A black, media organization, and had a conversation. He shunned Puffy. right? He shunned Joy, he didn't even like, nah, I'll go on Joy Reid or Tiffany Cross or Roland
Mhm.
Martin, you know what I mean? Or find your independent black platform. No, he went straight to Fox News. You know what I'm saying? Kanye tells black people over and over again, I don't like you. I like your money. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't even think it's money, right? Because I'm pretty sure he understand um, where his sales come from,
Well,
right?
he know who buys Yeezys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It primarily rich suburban white kids and
And
so
black
forth.
people. Uh-huh.
And
Yeah, yeah, but mainly, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And he is touting to that place, but
Mhm,
also in the same time playing Judas in the community,
mhm,
right?
mhm. Right.
Coming to get coming to get the culture, taking the culture, and I'm going to take it over here,
Mhm, mhm.
so they can consume the culture
Right. Like
and,
sell it.
yeah, to sell it.
Mhm,
That's the elephant in the room, man. And like, if we can't get real with ourselves, that we have literal, you know, literal
opposition.
opposition,
We have
ops,
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 man, that
we got
look like
real
us,
ops that look like us that
sound
are,
like us, talk like us.
yep,
Yeah.
and they are going back and talking about the things that we say in the barbershops, in our churches, and in our communities,
Come
but
on now.
it's just us.
Mhm,
And they going back and telling them how to play it, how to
mhm,
align themselves, how to
mhm.
combat it.
Yeah, how to talk about it, and that's one thing I realized, like, like, hanging out in Twitter, there'll be these people, who you can tell they aren't. I mean, even as they are writing, or texting on Twitter or whatever, as they tweet, you can tell that they're not part of Black community. You know what I'm saying? By how they word, a sentence. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Mhm,
in a Black vernacular, right? But they'll have Black avatars. Right, they'll have this picture of Frederick Douglass or Malcolm X, or there. I think 2 years ago there was a politician that got busted because he didn't log into his Black burner account to say that he was a Black gay man.
mhm,
He was just a white guy, right? That was in his regular account, and people were like, "Hold on, what? You're what?" And then they realized he had a burner account that had a Black avatar of a Black man. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Like they do this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? They do this stuff, and they use people like Kundis Owens and Kanye and Ye, they are their mouthpiece. Like you said, they are the watchdogs, right? They are
yeah,
they are the ones. They go outside the gate, outside the community. You know what I mean? Being Benedict Arnold's. You know what I'm saying? A lot.
mhm,
And I do want to say this. You know what I'm saying about White Lives Matter, man. We have to remember, man, that during the unrest of 2020, it was Black people responding to racial injustice that happened with police, right? So there was a slogan that was made, Black Lives Matter, right? And to again fight against Black people, there was this other slogan that was created to say that Black lives don't matter, right? So you had
mhm,
all lives matter, you had white lives matter, and you had blue lives matter. All of those were created to attack Black people, right?
mhm,
It's no different than when the civil rights movement begins in the early 19 in the early parts of the 1900s, and Black people were trying to say Black Lives Matter. They didn't say it as much, but that's what they were saying, right? The civil rights movement, right? And what do we see happen? Oh, you see the Confederate flag get put up,
yep,
right, to go against Black people in the civil rights movement. You see the KKK rise up to go against Black people in the civil rights movement. You see white citizens councils whose main objective was was fighting against Brown v. Board of Education, which said that you had to integrate schools, and white citizens councils are the reason that we have a lot of Christian private or a lot of private schools,
Mhm.
private schools in America. They're born out of bigotry and segregation. That's why a lot of the private schools in this country are racially segregated. You know what I'm saying? They're mostly white. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So again, the statement "White Lives Matter" was an anti-black or is an anti-black statement, but coming from black faces, you know what I'm saying? It's a talking point for bigots and
Yeah.
supremacists. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, man. Like this is the elephant in the room, right?
Hmm.
Like we got to get to it.
Hmm.
Like in our community, we got to stop pussyfooting around
Yeah.
and like not want to say what's real in our community. Just like now in Georgia, that they finally got news reporters to go down to Herschel Walker's community
Hmm.
and ask them, "Hey, what do you think about Herschel Walker?" Because Fox News and those places would say, "Oh, well, black folks, they support Herschel Walker at like 37%," and so they go down there, they only seen two signs for Herschel Walker,
Mm.
so they got curious. Why we only see two signs, and one of the signs is from a family member?
Mm.
Why do we not see a bunch of signs for Herschel Walker down here? So they start asking the residents.
Hmm.
They said the news is telling y'all that we support Herschel Walker, but we know him. We know him all of our lives, and he always been this way. He said he was this way in high school.
Mm.
High school coach come out and was talking, was just like when we had a civil rights march, and Herschel, was planning on going to the civil rights march. I told him don't get involved.
Oh wow. Yikes.
And see again, as Joe Madison say, if you listen with your third ear of what that person is saying,
Hmm.
here again, Herschel Walker seen opportunity because this football coach had power,
Right. 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 Hmm.
and he also got Herschel Walker out of trouble with the police.
Mm.
So with this power, Herschel Walker decided, you know what? I'm going to get my cues from a white man.
Mm. At that moment,
At that
that's like Clarence Thomas.
Yeah, and it's on full display,
Mm.
and people want to, they want to jackfoot around and not get to it.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
these black folks are getting their cues from white folks behind the scenes,
The wrong white folks.
the wrong ones,
Hmm. Hmm.
because these are the kind of white folks that go home and got a Confederate flag hanging up,
Hmm. Hmm.
or they've been to a Klan meeting in the last few years.
Yeah, they still playing clan dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you know the other part about that, man, and we talked about this when we were talking about black businesses, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I made the statement that, hey, man, look, we just gotta leave some folk alone. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta leave some of these businesses behind, dog. And this is what we gotta do as black people, man. We're not gonna save everybody. We're not gonna save all of us, man. Stop trying to save all of us, man. Stop doing that. Really, just stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like these folks are out here, who will be like, oh, hey, look, man, I understand what Candace is saying. You know what I mean? Like, I
Mhm.
kind of agree. Like, yeah, David Duke says stuff right about black people, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? But that don't mean I'm out here promoting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even make any sense. Jared Taylor, I think that's his name, white supremacist. Uh,
Mhm.
say he says stuff, but that's right about black people. I'm not out here entertaining it, dog. Like, we really want to entertain this stuff, man, and we really have to start putting boundaries around um around culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Kanye's part of the community. You know what I mean? That means that, we will protect him, you know what I'm saying, because he's part of the community, but we don't have to have him in the culture, man. We don't have to, you know what I'm saying, go out here and support him. We don't. We simply don't. You know what I'm saying? Or when support his music and his career and stuff like that. If he get if some bigot, some white supremacists do something to him, what I mean, we can show up, for him. But outside of that, nah, man, we don't need to do that. And we need to stop doing that stuff, man. We really do, man. We really do. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. Look. Here's the other part, right?
Mhm.
For me, um, yeah, he's in the culture, and black folks been really dealing with some things in the last few years, trying to deal with like getting rid of the toxic parts of our community.
Right.
Well, hip hop's up.
Mhm.
Hip hop is up to bat, and the greatest place to start is Kanye.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we'll get the Bootsy in them in a little bit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we're gonna be real,
Mhm.
like and when I say Bootsy, man, I'm only saying it like sometimes Bootsy right about some things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he talks from a genuine place
Mhm.
for our culture, but he also have toxic ways of explaining.
I've explained it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
But
it, like you said, it's like barbershop battle, man. You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we ain't talking about kicking Bootsy out, but we like, hey, Bootsy, like, hey man, hey, we got different kinds of folk in our circle.
Mhm, mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we need every last one. But again, but we don't need the ones that rather sit back and be next to white supremacists.
Right, right.
Those are the ones we don't need at all
Mhm,
because they will never ever change.
mhm. Yeah, they won't, man.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, man. The problem we have with our community also with black men, right, is that black there are certain black men who like to dress up white supremacy as accountability. Oh,
Mhm.
I'm just holding our culture accountable. That's
Yeah, yeah,
that's all I'm doing. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? That's
yeah,
all I'm doing. Like, no, 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 no. What you're doing is upholding the patriarchy. That's what you're doing. And you're trying to create a black patriarchy. You're trying to create, you know what I'm saying? Instead of creating a community, right?
yeah,
Instead of unifying, right? Unifying black peoples, you know what I'm saying, and unifying the culture, you're just trying to create a patriarchy. And a lot of times you're just really wrapping white supremacy and an accountability, you know what I'm saying? Well, fatherlessness. Well, what about the fathers in the home? What black on black crime? You know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? All of which that's already been debunked. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Or saying stuff like, "Oh, well," trying to take rap music as, and make it sound like it's the black culture and it's not. You know what I'm saying? And
right,
people need to
right.
understand that is entertainment. Whether people do whatever with it, you know what I'm saying? And next year is the 50th anniversary of the birth of hip hop, just so that folks know. So, um, yeah, so yeah, man. Yeah, man. It really is. Like I said, man, we really have to like for real. Just stop saying. So we're not. Just we need to stop trying to save these folks, man. That's just what I'll say.
Yeah, man, because what what our generation have to understand is that we're becoming slightly a little more political in our lives because we're getting older.
Because we're getting older. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And what we are finding out as we are getting more political or the understanding in that is when we hear about a black conservative, it's not the same black conservative that we have have understood in history.
Right. Hmm.
These are not the same.
That's a good point.
And this is where the drop off happens in our group because those black conservatives had ideas to come to the table,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
And they put the black community first. That's what they did.
Correct.
That's what they did. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Right or wrong, it was an idea that put the community first, and the ideas were grounded and centered with black people in mind.
right.
And these were thought leaders. So they didn't get their ideas from outside of the group or was parroting what other people were saying from other groups. These were things that they sat down and they talked about, they thought about, they scratched out the things that they came to a conclusion that was wrong and tried to change direction and go and took in other thoughts from a progressive state. Like they went through all of these thought patterns.
Yeah.
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 This type of conservative, black conservative, they go into the white groups and parrot
Yeah.
what white racist people were saying.
Right. And in many cases, they just put it in black, black terms, so black people can know what they're talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's just what happens, man. That's just what happens, and that's true. And to prove your point about the black conservative, J.D. McKissick, people need to research J.D. McKissick. J.D. McKissick was a black militant by all means. He was militant. He was black, but he was a conservative, a black conservative. J.D. McKissick wanted to, well, he did. He built a city called Soul City, North Carolina, and it was supposed to be this black utopia with black business and things of that nature, basically building a black economy. They wanted him to change the name to Soul City, SOL City. You know what I'm saying? So that it didn't give off this black, this blackness. You know what I'm saying? During the 70s, of course, everything was like, you know what I'm saying? And they were like, oh, nah, man, we can't, we're not going to donate money until you change it to Soul City. It's like, no, I'm not changing it because this is for black people.
mhm,
This is for us. So that's how a lot of black conservatives thought back then. And then, like you're saying, these black conservatives today, man, they don't think like that. They think with their wallet. And you know what I mean? They
yeah,
think with their wallet, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what Ye thinks with, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I was listening to them boys on that feeling, and Mac has said it best about how Ye is for himself. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He's for himself, man. He really is. He really anything he does is for himself, man. It's not for the
yeah,
president, but he's always trying to critique the community when he's in front of white people
yes,
because he know that's what they want to hear. You know
yes,
what I mean? That's what they want to hear. They want to see this black man hugging the president of the the former president of the United States with this "Make America Again" hat on. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So that they can see like, oh well, black people like us. You know?
yeah, 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 yeah. Because in a reality, right,
Mhm.
it works out this way. Ye steps into a room, and if he's the black person in the room, and say white people say they're normal things that can come off very bigoted or racist. Uh,
Mhm.
the things that we have literal film on, even in school board meetings. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like that's how they talk in those spaces. But imagine being a black person in those spaces and hearing that,
Mhm.
and you never say, "Hey, yeah, what you're saying is really not true," right? But being a black person in that space and then sit back saying, "Yeah, I agree with you."
Right. 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 Right.
Ye is playing that role, and this this role, it has a benefit for it,
Mhm.
right? As we were trying to explain to a few people on this conversation, is these are the people that are let through the gate, and then they want to close the gate for everybody else.
Mhm.
and then they want to just control the game.
Hmm.
This is what we have to be careful in our community because we went through this phase. We went through this phase back when, in 65,
Yeah, yeah,
and you
yeah.
started seeing just a small number of black folk control information, education, wealth, everything else, and they shut everybody else out
Hmm.
because what they were doing was aligning themselves and rubbing their shoulders next to white people.
Yeah, we were talking about that about a book called written by E. Franklin Frazier. He wrote in 1957 called "The Black Bourgeoisie,"
Mm,
and he was talking about the those black gatekeepers that was doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And but Martin Luther King, E. Franklin Frazier, Martin Luther King, W.B. Du Bois, and Carter G. Woodson talked about folk like Kanye, man, folk who benefit off of who benefit off of or who will who will like I don't want to say like a line, but really, nah, I get like not enjoy the company. They know that for their success, they have to give up something. And that one thing that they're willing to give up is culture. That's what they're willing to give up, right? They're willing to give up their culture, and they're willing to sell out the rest, the black culture at large. You know what I'm saying? For so that they can earn money, or they can get a job, or they can get a house or education. You know what I'm saying? Or to get a Supreme Court seat.
mhm, mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, these are some dangerous folks, man. And why are they dangerous? Because um these are the people that will that these other folk will use to say, well, I mean, if he said it, then it's got to be true. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Why do I need to change who I need to be, right? Why do I need to change my bigoted views? You know what I
mhm,
mean? If this exceptional Negro, right? That's how they look at black people, as who has success, money, as exceptional Negroes, right? If these exceptional Negroes say that, whatever Ye says, or whatever derogatory thing he says, and whatever Kundis says, what I mean, then why do I need to change? It's you that need to change. You're
yeah,
the problem.
yeah,
You're the problem. That's what Nixon did, right? Nixon did, and in 1972, he made poverty and he made poverty a black issue. When the Lyndon Baines Johnson and the Kerner report said, no, that's not a black issue. It is a United States of America government policy, social, white power structure issue. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Nixon did. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
yeah.
Because I think Brookings finished their report under the Nixon administration. Um,
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
oh yeah, so Brookings basically they study wealth uh, and inequality in like culture and race and
Hmm.
how it ties to money in America.
Hmm.
They finished their report. Their first report was finished, I think, in 57.
Mm,
And their next report was finished somewhere, I think, in the 70s. And it was basically pointing out like, yeah, they like their full report was right
mhm, mhm,
on because of the laws and how the power structures in America and all of these things that the reason why black Americans are going through what they are going through is simply because yeah, we did that
mhm, mhm, mhm.
by using these structures to do that.
Yeah, and to
It's an
maintain.
interesting report, man, because they got a lot of information in there.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know I have the, somewhere around here. I have the Kerner report, because it's in a book, and then I have the precursor to the Kerner report somewhere.
Mm,
Yeah, and that's the Kerner report, and it talked about basically how, white America created all of these issues and want to maintain, you know what I mean, black subjugation or keep black people at a second class citizenry and put a bottleneck around black wealth. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? The attainment of black wealth, just to maintain a racial, comfort,
yeah.
to maintain and really mediocrity, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
yeah, you don't have to be yeah, you don't have to be good at your job. Now the problem is, that a lot of these folks are like, well, I can't get my son a job like I could get back in 72. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I can't do that no more because they gotta compete. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, yeah.
But this is the other elephant in the room, right?
And
With you get back to Ye,
mhm,
is yeah, the reason why he ain't called Tiffany Croft is because you talking about a very intelligent lady.
mhm.
She's good at her job. She's good at what she does.
Yeah,
She can be able to pick through your bull
right.
in a very intelligent way to let people see how foolish you sound.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been a good move for Ye.
Yeah, no, no, no. That's why he went on Tucker Carlson because Tucker just sit there, and let him just demean black people and just talk crap about black people without asking questions, without shooting back or nothing. He'll just sit there. Oh, really? Oh, I mean, if you say it, then I mean, if you as an
But
exception to
I'm
me,
gonna use that myself
exactly. Oh, he's gonna use it. He's gonna use it. A lot of that language.
because my black friend, my African American over there,
Yeah, my
my
African.
African American over there.
Yeah,
Say hello to my African American. My
that's
African American.
African American over there.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And I mean,
That's
that's
what's going on, and it's
what's going.
like I man, bro, I don't know what it takes for some black people to see, like, use their eyes and ears to actually see what's happening
Mhm, mhm.
because it's literally in our face now.
Yeah, man, they don't they're not gonna want to see it, man. Especially if it messes up their money, right? If it messes up the money, you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna want to see it, man. They're not gonna want to see it. Unless they do the Booker T Washington thing. Yeah, a Booker T Washington thing where they talk, they talk in this way in front of a bigoted white audience, and then behind their back they're paying black people and black organizations and things of that nature. I mean, that could be happening. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
Like,
you know.
look, I got this is anecdotal, but I was talking to a black truck driver, man,
Mhm,
and he see me, I'm stopped, and he was just like,
mhm,
"Hey, man," he asked me, you know, where can he get some tweed from? And I'm like, hey, I don't do that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
he was just like, oh yeah, yeah. I just wanted to ask you. So, and I was like, man, what's funny, man? I was like, man, Joe Biden, man. I said he just signed a bill,
mhm,
trying to lower the schedule of marijuana, man. Hopefully this happens.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
'cause it's
yeah.
a good move and so forth. He's like, man, I don't really fool with Obama. So long story short, right? I mean, he said Biden. I meant.
Oh,
Um, so I said, oh, that's cool. I said, you know, I said, I'm not a Biden like fan. I'm
mm.
just telling you the policy was good.
Policies, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So he was just like, oh yeah, but it's Biden.
yeah.
I
Mhm.
was like, hey man, I said I don't want to talk your head off about this, but black folk got to get off that shit.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
man,
what I'm saying?
for
I said,
real.
this is about policy. It doesn't matter on if it's a Republican or Democrat who signed a bill that can help our community. And when I say help our community, we don't give a rat's ass if it helps poor white folks climb up as well. We
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
care. We
Don't
just
care,
want,
man.
yeah, we want them to succeed and we want us to succeed, but we will not get left behind.
Right, right.
And we going on this whole thing, and as he explained, and he then get into like power, you know, the power sector as far as gas and energy and so forth. And I
Mm,
was just like, you know, hey, where where I go to work. I said, this is a part of our sector. I said,
Hmm.
I'm going to tell you what you're spewing out ain't right.
Yeah, it's not right, dog.
I said, because this is what we do.
Hmm.
And so like kind of going to a little small things and so forth. And he telling me, well, well, we shouldn't push that type of stuff because um, we just can't afford it right now. I said, man, you got a good point. I said, but would you vote for a party that would not even vote for a higher minimum wage?
Yeah, for real.
And he was just like, nah, that wouldn't make any sense. I said, yeah, because you couldn't afford it then, and you won't afford it later on. I
Yeah,
said,
man.
so why wouldn't you vote for a party that want to increase minimum wage? So
Hmm.
then he went on the environment and so forth, and I was just like, "Oh man!" I said, "It's a party that's sitting here trying to help the environment, man."
Hmm.
And like every time I'm sitting here just chipping away at him, and I was just like, "Boss, I think you need to sit back and not listen to Fox News, man, because I know
Yeah,
where you get the information
where you
from."
getting your information from? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's it, man. And I don't understand it. And he's probably an older black gentleman too. Probably.
He was,
Oh yeah, yeah. There's look, man. Again, the elephant in the room, right?
yeah,
There are black men who are somewhere around their 50s, mid 50s or so, and they are a problem because they believe in this respectability politics, and
mhm,
they kind of have a if you can't beat them, join them mentality. You know what I'm saying? And they think that
hold
uh,
on, bro, hold
mhm.
on. I'm sorry, I got to chime in. No, they got if you can't beat them, lick their boot.
Hey, that too now, like that too, like for real. You can't beat them, lick their boots, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But they got this mentality, you know what I mean? People call it respectability politics, you know what I'm saying? Where they always want to, you know, they think that that rebelling against black community is a virtuous thing.
Yeah,
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 they think it's virtuous, right? They think
yeah,
it's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
I'm a little opposite of the culture and of the community. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Whereas they're not understanding, like black community as black people progress, so does America. You know what I'm saying? And as black people get things, I mean, like you say, as black, we don't care. We don't care who else benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? As long as black people can have the benefit as well, you know,
Mhm.
we don't care. You know what I'm saying? But there are people who are hell bent on maintaining a racial hierarchy again because about patriarchy. They look at to them they see the world as, oh, white men are on top, white
Mhm.
women are under them, and then who's under white women? Black men.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to lose their position in society, and they think that, oh well, I could just be some mediocre black male. No, you can't.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You just
As we are watching black women who are way more educated than black men when you're talking about in comparison to degrees.
to degrees, man.
And
Mhm.
and like I can't fathom I literally bro, like I can't understand when I hear just regular everyday black men
Mhm.
that say that they're Republican.
Mhm.
They get to talking and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck?
Like where?
Like
Yeah. Like what?
like where were you like where did you get your educate like bro, like if I can say that knowing that I was in special ed classes,
Mhm.
all of this stuff, and
Mhm.
I'm sitting here like, but I at least know this. I know that. I
Yeah,
know this.
you have
Like,
knowledge.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, because I like, how are you sitting here
Mhm.
saying what you're saying in a manner as if it's true?
Yeah, yeah. Because like I said, they think that it's virtuous. They think that lack of knowledge is a virtuous thing. Lack of knowledge is not a virtuous thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like dude, like there's so much technology out here, you know what I mean, that you can actually learn how civics work.
Mhm.
Learn how, policies and local government, state government and everything works. You know what I'm saying? To gain some sort of knowledge, man, to have a knowledge base, you know what I'm saying? But these they're just again a section of a certain age of black folk, man, who
Mhm.
are way more concerned about their position in society
Yes.
than they are about community. You know what I'm saying? Than they are about unity. You know what I mean? And unifying and unification. You know what I'm saying? And it's a sad thing. They're gonna get left behind, right? Our job as the OGs as we're coming up. One of those things that I'm gonna say, and it's gonna be pretty harsh, but we don't need to be like them, right? We don't need to be like them.
Yeah.
We need to be supportive of the younger groups that are coming up. Hey, what do you need? Okay, let me
Right.
support you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Oh, that's what you need? Okay, let's go. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
don't need to be like that group that you tell, well, hold on now. No, hold on. We just don't need to be moving so fast now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, oh well, I don't know, man. I don't know about buying electric vehicles. You know what I'm saying? Like, sir.
Now, we don't wanna be no problem now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
That
yeah,
But it's
yeah.
that attitude, right? That attitude of, "Oh, we don't wanna be no look, we don't wanna be no problem, we don't wanna be no inconvenience,"
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? These folks don't understand that we can my man, Joe, the Eagle,
Oh, Joe Madison.
Joe Madison, he put a Twitter post, man, saying, we do not have to live, we don't he but his post was basically like, "We don't have to turn down our blackness. We don't
Yeah,
for nobody."
yeah.
We do not have to turn down our blackness, man. You can be black when your ass wake up till you go to sleep. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? That was something that I had to learn because as I was around a lot of older black folk in the military band, and they hunch their shoulders and do all
mhm,
this other stuff. Like, yo, man, I'm not. Nah. At a point, I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not changing who I am. You know what I'm saying? This is who I am. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I have a question. Just like I was at volleyball today, and there was a break in action. I whip out my books, my black bourgeoisie book. I whip out my the harvest of racism. That's what it's called. That was before the Kerner report. There was a report before the Kerner report, and it was talking about the riots of 1967 and what caused the riots in 1967. And it's crazy because the first 3 pages you would could have swore it was 2020 when they
right,
were talking about the problems stemming from police injustices, and there were police who were heavy-handed in a lot of the protests, and a lot of the protests were peaceful, and there was just an overreaction to certain things, um, and that was written in 1967, and it's crazy. But like I don't do that, man. I'll take my even on tournaments, man. I'll take my black books and I'll whip them out. You know what I'm saying? And if people ask me, I'm gonna tell them, yeah, that's what this book is about. So you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man, living in full blackness, man. You don't have to turn it down, man. And Ye always wants to turn down his blackness, always,
yes,
unless he's trying to sell something. It's Jesus, and he trying to sell something or sell out something.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
and that's literally his model.
yeah, hmm
And a few people that have been observing Ye throughout the years, literally everybody know the game.
hmm
Everybody know the game that he's doing now.
hmm hmm
And like, I was talking to the kids and I'm like, I said, people ought to be ashamed, man, because people been sitting here trying to put him up as he's a genius.
hmm
And our kids, we got to talking about it. I was just like, we have to stop doing that
hmm
because by us, by our community saying those things, we can't think that he's not paying attention.
I
And
mean, he has a I love rap music, right?
yeah,
And what Kanye has done to rap, he is a genius in that aspect. He is not in others. You know what I'm saying? I understand why people say that. You know what I'm saying? You know.
but they're not saying it in that context. That's the
Right,
problem.
right.
They're saying it after he makes a statement. They're
Mhm.
not saying it after he makes a good album. They're literally saying it after he says something crazy out of his mind.
Because they try to excuse it, they try to and this whole thing about, "Oh, man, his mom died 15 years ago, man." Alright?
Yeah.
And even if, of course, I'm not a mental health professional, but, I think that Kanye does do go bouts of battle of, depression, you know what I'm saying? But that wouldn't have that but you being in depression wouldn't make you disrespect people.
Yes.
Disrespect the whole culture of people, your
Yeah.
own people that look like you. And you do it time and time and time again. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? That excuse got to go out the window, man. That excuse, and just realize that Ye is not to be saved by the community at all, at all.
No. No. But if we go back with the fallout with Jay and Ye,
Hmm.
this is what Jay was getting at.
Hmm.
And we got some critiques of Jay, right?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
but but Jay is playing the game in the opposite way.
Because I'm a businessman, you know.
He ain't there to beg nobody.
Hmm.
He's trying to take care of business. Ye is there to beg.
Yeah, he's there to beg, and he's gonna show. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, man. And that's how he begs, right? Like, "Imma show you, how much. Let me tell you how much. Let me take what you guys say, and Imma put it out there in the atmosphere." You know what I mean? Imma put it out there for visuals. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You guys don't worry about it. Imma do it, and then Imma go on Tucker Carlson. You know what I mean? And then Imma repeat the same thing.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm going to use this blackface Kundis Owens, you know,
Can
as
you help fund my clothes now?
oh yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. It's just old, and I know I'm tired, and I have no use for Ye, man. I'm not at this point. Um I'm not recognizing him for anything. You know what I'm saying? No, nothing at all.
I've been checked out.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
one of those people I've been checked out. I'm just like, yeah, I don't get it. Mm.
Yeah, man, you just gotta ignore it, man, you know what I'm saying? That's what Imma do just from now on, I mean, that's what you gotta do, man. You just gotta ignore it from now on.
808s. Ah, okay, cool. Like,
Mhm,
yeah, like I've been checked out, bro. Like
mhm.
it's like
Yeah,
reading the tea leaves on the wall and just like,
yeah,
nah.
yeah, when he made his 400 years of choice comments, I was like, "Yeah, hey, yeah, he's just an ignorant dude," and I still listen to Yeezus, you know? But, yeah, man, you know, I mean, if people are honest, he not making real good music anymore, so if they honest with themselves.
They really want to be honest with themselves.
Mhm. If they wanna be honest with themselves,
But
they
that
they
happened
find
years.
yeah, they find reasons to like it, you know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah,
They just find reason to like it, it's like, "Yo, it's trash, it's trash."
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, let me see his comment. If Ye's, mental illness and make him racist, I'm out. Love the music, but just like R. Kelly, I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah,
yeah,
man. That's it, man. That's what it is, man.
yeah. Like,
We gotta be out.
yeah, gotta be out, man. Like, because, like, bro, we got to get to a place that we got to understand. Like, two things can be true at the same time. We can also chew gum and walk. Like,
Mhm.
we got to start understanding this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Uh,
we can agree while we disagree. Like, we can do all of these things because at the end of the day, it may be something small that someone say that, all right, I get you on this. All right,
mm,
I dig you. I dig you. All right, man, you just fucking lost me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do this.
yeah.
and
Yeah,
like, yay just hasn't hit that moment, if we wanna be honest, that you can sit back and nod your head and say, "Yeah, yeah, yeah."
yeah, yeah. Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, nah, I ain't willing to lick nobody's boot.
Nobody's boots, man. Ain't willing to do that, man. Yeah, man. No, that was from the cuz Gabby that said that. Yeah, man. But
Cuz
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Not, yeah, man. I'm out, dog. And again, man, people make up these excuses for them, dog. And again, because of capitalism, right? Because of capitalism. One day I'm gonna be a billionaire like Kanye too. No, you ain't. Cause you're gonna be a thousandaire, okay? All right. You're gonna be a thousandaire, man. If you ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not
oh,
trying to
man,
crush anybody's dreams, but I'm just saying, man. You
man,
know what I'm saying?
you I think you know what fractured a lot of black folks' mind, man, when they
Mhm.
seen, what's the name? Peaches and, what's the two black women with the wigs on
Oh, you're talking about
that was made
Diamond
enslaved.
and Silk.
What's that?
You're talking about Diamond and Silk.
Oh, Diamond and Silk. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And now we got black folk that like, man, I want to be just like them.
And that's what it is, man. But you're starting to see that, right? You're
know I,
starting,
I know I could sit back and they came from nothing.
bruh. There's a black dude who makes music, rap music, and it's basically celebrating Donald Trump. That's all it is. Rap music. This dude makes millions, millions. Crazy, crazy, man.
Hey man, hey. It was a young black college
Hmm.
student, and she was saying that she was behind, in her tuition, and they were about to kick her out, and so forth. And she was just like, "Why are they doing that to a they doing that to me because I'm a Donald Trump supporter and so forth." So man, hey, she started raising money.
Oh, of course, of course, of
Here-
course.
Here's the kick. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Everybody can play like they don't understand what's
mhm.
going on. But again, we keep on bringing up all of these elephants in the room, man. We ain't even got no more room to even talk about how much room we got left because we got too many elephants.
Yeah, that's true, man.
You know what I'm saying?
True,
Like,
man.
it is too many elephants that are going on in the room, and it's about time that we say it and deal with it.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's it. And yeah, man. It's a lot of black people who realizing that they can make money off of anti-blackness. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They can make a lot of money. It's that Candace Owens model.
yeah.
Uh, that's where Candace Owens. You know what I mean? You know, that's where she got her bag, man.
Yeah.
That's where she got
Anti-blackness, anti-black women, like
black.
let's get
Yeah,
money.
yeah, man. It gets you money, man, but it tells you how much hate's out there
Yeah.
for black people. That's what it tells you.
And
You
then you follow up with anti-black man.
know.
Like,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And yeah, man. But man, yeah, man, we ain't touch on Biden too much with the marijuana bill, marijuana, because I really got to research into it. But my initial thought on it is that it's a good thing, because it will lead to decriminalizing marijuana, and it also should lead to releasing. Right now, is releasing a few thousand people. I think 6,000 on federal prisons.
mhm,
Yeah, but it should also lead to states. I know that Biden is from his White House message. Telling his departments, his Justice Department, to do further work. You know, to make it so that, from the way that it sounded to me, make it so that if you create this federal legislation, then the states have to follow. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? But we'll see. I mean,
Well,
again, the states
a
don't
good
have
thing
to legalize
good
marijuana.
thing happened when Biden went to talk about this on Thursday, and I think he signed something preliminarily in action on
Mm,
Thursday. Friday, well, Thursday, after that happened, you're seeing the fallout from Republican governors.
mhm, mhm.
So the Illinois Republican governor decided to say, I'm not freeing anybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the next morning, he tweeted, we have to figure out some better measures to work this out to make sure. Boy, it was a whole thing. And I was just like, oh, he must have got some backlash from his Republican
Yeah.
counterpart.
Oh, there's going to be backlash. That's what I'm saying, and I think that's the smart part about it. Of course, it's during midterms. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people's real intent is going to be called out. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Whether in 2022 or 2024, there is
mm,
going to be called out. You know what I'm saying? And the other part of this is that people need to recognize that this is less Joe Biden and more Kamala Harris. If you know about Kamala Harris and her decriminalizing marijuana in California. So was the school oh my gosh, what is it, the debt relief for colleges. That
okay.
was more Kamala Harris than it actually is Joe Biden. There's Kamala Harris has Vice President Kamala Harris. Sorry, Vice President Kamala Harris has a lot of her fingerprints on a lot of stuff, which is going to prepare her, for when she get ready to run. Um,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
gonna people gonna see that once they come out. People gonna be like, "Oh my god, that was her." But but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But and again, man, like this is where you start tipping the hats off to
Mhm,
certain people that are doing decent measures or good measures or picking out the good parts.
mhm,
Um, yeah, Carmela, she decided to listen to a one, the constituents,
mhm,
two, a wing of the parliament of the party that was getting demonized for trying to push Biden early on
mhm,
to decriminalize marijuana. Like she decided to listen,
mhm.
and
Well,
she
I don't think it was her listening. I think that this was something that she always. I think this was something that she just brought from her being an AG to the
well,
vice president.
conversation started before then.
Yeah, 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 yeah. This
So,
was
so
something.
so we can't, like, when we say this, we have to understand the timelines and
Mhm,
the conversations and all of these things that were happening
mhm.
way before because nothing moves with one person.
Right, right, right. And what Biden did the other day took years, right? It took years.
Yes.
So and it builds on other things. That's why I said that, the for him to do this, it was already in the works. You know what I mean? It
Mhm.
wasn't like somebody just opened the door, was like, "Hey, Joe Biden, do this." You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? This was
yeah.
already works because you have to, number one, Biden's a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So we need to know that. But when working in our American system, how our government is, we have to understand that you have to do the work. You know what I mean? You can't just, create these things out of thin air. You know what I mean? A lot of times, especially when it's going to affect states. Especially at the federal level, when it's going to affect states. At the local level, it's a little easy just to open the door and say, "Hey, do this," and then they write it. Write the law. But at the federal level, it takes a lot of people doing the work. And then Vice President Kamala Harris is, you know, I mean, she's been doing the work. A lot of people gonna be, yeah, man. There's a lot of narratives out there that
Hard
just,
work.
yeah,
Man, on the Democratic side, man, there's a lot of people actually doing the work, man.
doing the work, man. Doing the work, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, 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 man. And and I saw on Twitter, one a black podcaster I no longer listen to. I stopped listening to Initials TB, and
Mm,
he put out this thing. Oh, Joe Biden's uh, marijuana policy. It's not good enough or something like that. I'm like, yo, bro, come on, man. You gotta start somewhere, dog. You know what I mean? You can't always have this mentality of burning the house down, dog, in order to get stuff done, man. Like, y- look,
I
man,
have no peanut butter on my sandwich.
look,
Burn the house.
look, man, look, man. And
I'm in the same boat, bro. Like the same person I I used to like listen to him for entertainment reasons, right?
Mhm,
Funny,
mhm.
funny person,
Funny,
like like and bring up some really good points and so forth. But then I really started paying attention and was just like,
yeah.
this person is not growing and they're trying to focus on growing. Wink, wink. Oh, they need some more Republicans. Ho, 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 ho. I
Uh,
see, I see what you're doing, TB.
yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
want to feed the outrage machine.
feed the outrage machine. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that's it, man. Feed the outrage, man. That's it, man. I don't think it's a good strategy. You know what I'm saying?
no,
Um,
man.
but as
Never
always,
feed the
man. Listen,
trolls, man.
what's that?
Never feed the trolls. That is the
Never.
rule.
Yeah, man. It get out of control, man. Look at Jimmy Dore. It'll get out of
Yeah,
control.
yeah,
It'll get
yeah.
out of control. And next thing you know, you can't come back, man. You can't come back.
No, no,
You,
man. Man, if you listen to Jimmy Dore right now, good God.
man,
Good
I can't
God,
even do
man.
it.
He has no standards.
None, zero, man,
Like
zero.
he really does not know where he lands or fall.
Hmm.
And it's sad.
Yeah, yeah, man. And my thing with progressives is like, man, like, yo, I mean, just understand sometimes, like, yo, just take the wins where you get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just take the wins where you get it, man.
Keep on
It ain't gotta be a blowout all the time. You
keep
know?
on working in the background.
Yeah, sometimes it's okay to win by 1 point, dog. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And keep working in the background. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
yeah,
You know, and that's what I just kind of believe. The real progressives are doing the work in the background. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Yeah,
Everybody
man.
else just making noise, kind of Twitter fingers. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, man.
Like, I get it, man. TB and man, he needs some donations and stuff like that, man. Like, yeah, well, I dig what you're talking about.
Bruh,
And
that
need some funding.
that audience left real fast once he stopped talking about a certain individual. It left fast, dog. But folks were trying to tell him, though. They were trying to tell him, man. Trying to tell him that was going to happen.
Well, nobody can tell him how to sit back and do his broadcasting on his show. It is his show. That's what he said.
That's what he said. They tried to tell him, like, hey, dog. Once Bernie's done, man, these folks gonna roll out. Don't change
Oh
the message.
my gosh, man.
I'll do that.
Jeez
Ain't one
Louise, like
ain't one.
Bernie is not the only person, man.
That's what I'm
We can
saying.
still listen to Bernie. We can still sit back and say, "Hey, Bernie was right," but XYZ, we got to move on.
We gotta
Like,
move on, man.
yeah,
We gotta keep this
we,
train going, man. We gotta keep it going, man.
we just not sit back and say, "Man, we can chew gum and walk at the same
Walk at
time.
the
We can
same
delete like."
man.
God,
And there's so many black folk who can't walk and chew gum at the same time, and they just assume other black people can't walk
man,
and chew gum at the same
man,
time.
we ain't got to keep on beating the same dead horse. We look, we can find another horse.
Yeah, for real, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, man.
Don't come after me, man. It was just a joke.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and shut this down, man. Yeah. Any last words, bro?
Man, I want to say the last words, man. Um, as we watch um, people like Herschel Walker, Kanye, um, Kundis, Owens, all these people, they're making a play, and
Mhm.
their single play is for either power or money. This is their single play. We need to understand this. We always had people like this in our community. We need to sit back and understand these kind of plays so we don't fall for the same thing over and over again for them to get to a certain place to sell us out
Mm.
and then be in outrage because they sold us out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I'll just say this, man. Like, black people with money, look, we gotta stop. They're not black capitalism is not gonna save us, man. There are listen to the people that are doing the work. There are people who are doing the work for black people. for all Americans, you know what I mean, so that we can prosper, man. Anytime you have an individual whose main income depends upon a global income, and they make comments, you know what I mean, I understand that they don't have your best interest, you know, in mind a lot of times, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, these individuals are better served doing the work in the background, you know, and I get it, so they don't lose their money. Just hand your money off. Do the work in the background, man. Do the work in the background. You know what I'm saying? So you don't lose your money. And you know, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I say this many times, and I'll say it again, man. Black people, we need to stop being a celebrity obsessed culture, man. You know, we are way too celebrity obsessed. You know, we should really you know, enjoy, you know, our people, you know, enjoy the music, enjoy the art form and stuff like that, and leave it at that, man. You know, leave it at that, and leave the politics to the people who can politic. You dig? Yeah, man. Leave politics to people who can politic, people who are knowledgeable about what's going on, and how to do things and get those things done, man. And that's it, man.
Yeah,
And you
I'm
know,
looking
like
for
my
the
last
perfect,
comment. What's that?
and our folks need to stop looking for the perfect.
Yeah, yeah, man. Everybody ain't gonna be perfect, man. Everybody ain't gonna be, and we gotta leave some of us behind. That's just what it is. Leave some of us behind. Okay, you know, if Harry Tubman would have shot him, then I can leave him. Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. Appreciate you guys that tuned in, man. I really appreciate it. You know, check us out, man. Thank you guys for sticking with us. You know what I'm saying? As we, you know, build this thing, and I know it's been a slow process, but we're gonna continue building, man, and stuff like that, man. Um, so that we can gatekeep the culture. You know what I'm saying? Gatekeep the community. You know, give out information. You know what I'm saying? Give
Right?
out information, man. We appreciate y'all. We out.
All right.
Peace.